that I like to hone in with clients, is getting that timestamp on what they're trying to do. So with that, the next one, I'm completely leaving it on you here on the worksheet. After time bound, I was super motivated, amped to see time bound, and then number 8, I see no.
Right.
So what is no? Talk to me about
And
no. What is this no?
well, let me preface it by saying with the enthusiasm that you showed toward the time bound, that's how enthusiastic I am about the no.
Okay.
And the reason is because, there's a quote that I have on the sheet. It says, "Learn to say no to the good so that you can say yes to the best."
Hmm.
And it's a John Maxwell quote. So the thing is, at some point, just like I said about those the bridges, we're trying to bridge that gap between what we would like to achieve and what is in our best intentions to do on one side, and what we have full resources to do on the other side. And at some point, one of the bricks in that bridge across that gap is you have to be able to say no to the things that are not helping you get to that goal.
Hmm.
So,
So they
and
could be
that's
good, but they could be perhaps
uh
distractions.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
sorry, I'm jumping
yeah,
it.
no, that's the key right there. That's the key. So something can be good, but it's not going to get you to where you need to be. So you have to be able to say no to just being good, so that if you really want to be great,
Hmm.
or if you really want to get to that level. Because if we're talking about, and this had to be simplistic enough that it applies across a lot of areas, but it's I don't mean simplistic. It has to be that it can be applied across several different goals and in different
Universal, right?
areas. So, right, universal is a good word. So, at what point do you have to say no to something? So, I was talking to high school athletes once, and I said, you are aspiring to play football at the next level, at the college level. So, what do you have to say no to in order to achieve that goal? So, do you have to say no to your friends? Do you have to say no to your girlfriend? Do you have to say no to whatever food looks really good at the moment? Do
Mm.
you have to say no to maybe to your parents and the expectations that they may place on you? Do you have to say no to, you know, maybe you come from a bad social environment and you have to say no to all those negative social influences in order to get to where you need to go? So, and that kind of touches on what you were saying. It's easy to understand we have to say no to the bad stuff, the drugs and alcohol, and maybe probably risky sexual behavior, stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's
all the
easy.
obvious. It's more the,
Right,
the the subtle things, right, where the
right,
devil likes to play.
right. It's like, and this comes out in a lot of ways with people that say, "Oh, well, this is my only vice. My only vice is, I drink so many cans of Coke a day, or I eat so much sugar, or this is my indulgence, or my guilty pleasure, or whatever." So, at what point do you have to say no to that? At what
Mm.
point does the wife have to say no to her? I'll go there, to her child, to say,
Sure.
no, I'm not gonna buy that bag of cookies because that's not helping you get to where you need to go. And I came from a family where my mom loves to cook. She loves to see us eat her food. She loves to show her love through food. So
Sure.
that was always a big deal. Meals were and still are like a huge deal for her. So, and she always had that mentality, like, oh well, you're a teenager or you're a young adult, you deserve to eat this indulgent food. And for me, it's like, no, that's not helping me get to where I need to go, so I'm not going to eat it. you know. But there are so many different facets to being able to even conceive of saying no to the things that are not directly in line with helping you get in your goal, whether that's a negative thing, a positive thing. Maybe it's a good thing, but it's still not going to get you to the level that you're trying to get to.
Yeah, I see that a lot with my athletes and more advanced clients, particularly my CrossFit athletes. You know, they tell me how bad that they want to get to the next level, but then they can't pass up a wad. They're obsessed with smoking themselves. I'm like, look, man, I don't need you to smoke yourself today. I need you to focus on this. Like, I know you want to do that. It's fun. It's awesome, but we got to develop this right now. Was that a good thing? Like, yeah, maybe, but
Right.
I know if you would have said no to that, we would have stayed focused on our goal and kept our resources honed in and our recovery abilities and our training abilities honed in on your specific goal. And then that's a huge struggle with my CrossFit athletes because they're workout junkies. You know, they have the goal, but they just, I mean, it's their own vice that they're fighting. So it's really tough. That's awesome to see Noah in there. That's a really, really good one. That I might be stealing that as my new favorite now. So, so coming towards the end now, wrapping it up here, owning it. That's take me through that. Essentially, we putting the bow on the package here. Is that what this is?
We're pretty much wrapping it up. So that's, to me, and this starts to attack some of those common excuses that we talked about earlier. So it's not your height or your genetics or your metabolism or your spouse or your child or whomever that is responsible for you not achieving